therefore you want to be kind of rounded this way a little bit. Bring that nose up a little bit. Oops. Stuff on your nose. Now I'm going to trim the forehead just a little bit because we're going to put a little bit of hair up there. Unless if you want him to be bald completely. Round this off a little bit this way. When you come again at a 20-degree angle this way on top, then you kind of take away that angry look. A lot of carvers have that angry look, and you also want this to be wide this way, not deep this way, but wider this way. Okay, let me look it over. Now before I put the eye in, I want to bring the, where's my pencil? Let's bring a mustache in. This one's going to be a different mustache than this guy here. You can choose this kind of a mustache. It's going to more like an old worldly Santa kind of mustache. But my favorite is still this style. I kind of call it the Happy Santa. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. He's always happy. It's a happy mustache. But I want to go from here. I want to draw in the cheek. There's the cheek. Same thing on the other side. Is that right? Okay. Draw the line down, center line. Now it depends on how big you want to do it. Do you want it to have it this huge? You can make it just a little tiny job. And there we go. That's what I like. Make it the way you want. Feed tool, just to get it started. Same with around the cheek. Okay, now that we got the mustache in, we want to do a couple things. First, we want to dry in the cheek here a little bit, straight down, and make the mustache lower than the cheek. Okay, then at the same time, we're going to shape the nose a little bit. Make the nose a little rounder like this. You're going to do a chip. Follow along that way. And that brings that nose out. Nice shadow there. And I got to work on with that cheek. That cheek kind of crumble a little bit. Bring the mustache in. Now when you put the nose in, now I'm a right-handed guy, so our tendency is to carve like this. But when you get around the nose, make sure you're pulling out instead of in. Well, now you can pull in. Now you can get the one around the chin there, cheek there, pardon me. There. Oops. I draw. I'm going to kind of cut deep here. Now I'm going to bring the mustache out by cutting out a good chunk of the beard underneath the mustache. See how you did that? See, where's that? Let's get the. There's not that. Where's that shadow coming from there? There's the profile. All right, now we want to bring the. Ouch! It's hot. Now I want to shape this area out a little bit more. I want to shape out the beard from, let's make another chip here, from the hood. So it's kind of a step here. There's the cheek, mustache, beard, hood. 3 steps there. Then I want to bring the beard out a little more from the hood or the cloak tuff. And there we go. Other side. Okay, like I said, I wanted to bring the beard out away from the hood. Make sure we have our steps, the cheek, the mustache, the beard, the hood. Bring this tuft out. Oops, I went the wrong way. Oops. Technical difficulties here. It's the wood's fault, not mine. It's a bit. Okay, I'm going to make a little, it's up to you if you want to keep the mouth like this. I want to put in a little mouth. Take V-tool or knife. I like to start off with the V-tool on this. Now we want to add a little bit of pressure here. You want a little bit of cut here on the sides of the mouth underneath the mustache. Go around the mouth. Pull that out. There's a stop cut. Cut up to that little stop cut you made. This is where you want to be careful. I've chipped out a lot of mouths this way. This is supposed to be the bottom lip. Now we're not done yet. I mean, when you really look at it this way, it looks like a dog sticking its tongue out. I mean, it took me a while to figure that one out. Thought, why is that Santa sticking his tongue out? But that's the bottom lip, so now we're going to make a big, deep chip. Be careful you don't break the tip of your knife. There, it should be a little better. Like I said, there's a lot of fixing up and stuff to do. Now, before we get to the eyes, I'm going to do something about the beard. Now, I don't know how you want to do with the beard. You could just take the beard and leave it as is. As is, it's a good little folk art thing. Beard, mustache. Clean it up a little bit. Oops. I hate it when I do that. Feels like I'm breaking the knife. All right, you can do that and call it good. Paint it, call it good. Do that, you can do it that way. Another way that I've done it is I've done this. Just doing little cuts here, in and out, in and out. Little scoops. But I like to go a little deeper because actually that's what I do to my tufts. All of my tufts. Like that. So the beard, I'm going to go a little farther, a little deeper. Now, you can put pencil marks in. I'll put pencil marks in here for this. You want it to be a little wavy here and a little wavy here. So it's not too perfect. I'm going to take my rough out knife and make a V incision. I like to make the V incision with my knife instead of a V tool because here we really want it to be imperfect. The beard is an imperfect thing. And twist. And to me, I don't, sometimes the pencil line is just, what do you want to call it? Lines that, what is that word where we really don't have to do it? Just kind of a, not good with words today. Suggested. It's just a suggested line. You can go off it if you want, as you, I'm not concerned about that. Okay, we take the knife and round things off a little bit. I gotta fix this. This popped out of there. Things that popped out, you want to fix. Maybe I round it, just do a little scoop this way. I get a little deeper. So on and so forth. Those little chips out of there. This is what I've created. This is one of my Viking here. I kind of add this, put a little bit, add a little sway into it. We won't do too much of that here. But then I also want to clip out, chip out bottom. Again, showing that it's imperfect. It's not a straight line. Now when you do this, it looks not so bad, but the thing is it's kind of difficult to paint because you got more surfaces. Okay. I'm going to do one more thing. Usually I don't do too much to the beard with my knife, or the mustache, I'm sorry. Because you don't want to chip something out of there. You can give it a try. Now we take a V-tool and you just run it around and twist as you go to make it realistic as possible. Get close to that mouth there. I don't have my brush handy, but oops, there goes the knife. There goes my lap. Get the chisel in. A little better. I want to clean this up just a little bit here. I'll take the V-tool and clean it a little bit. Just a little bit because I'm going to take the knife and clean it. Now before I get to the eye, one more thing. Before I get to the eye, I want to put this in. Lest I forget, I probably will, so. V-tool. Oops, am I out of screen? I'm sorry. If I stand it up, I should pay a little more attention. And then I'm going to just clean this up a little bit. Because we want, again, the tuft to be higher than the hood. Sharpen this a little bit. Okay. Again, we'll leave most of it to the cleanup. The pickings. All right, I guess we're ready to do the eyes. I'm going to finish doing the eyes and a little bit of the forehead, put some hair in there. I'd like to put the eyes in first before I finish the forehead because it all depends on. First, let me round it off a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Put the eyes in. We need a little bit of cleaning up. Let that sit there. I got to put my head goggles on, or my head. What do I call it? These little head visor. Let's hope I can do this and on the camera at the same time. If I keep it right there. All right. I draw that eye line in. Now I am going to make little marks right about here. Oops. Here. And here. And the distance between these 2 points would be from here to here. From here to here is here to here. And what that's supposed to mean is that there's supposed to be 5 even spaces. Being caricature, we can kind of give in a little bit of this and that, but we don't mind if the eyes tend to be a little bit separated or wider from the nose, but we do when it's too narrow, you know. So when we draw the eye, we're going to go straight, we're going to sharply up and then slowly come down like that. Bottom is in reverse, more sharply here, but not as deep. And slowly up. Sharply up this way. And a soft slope down this way. Sharply down here. And a softly slope this way. A little more sharper. Okay. We take our pencil, or pencil. Take the pencil out by taking the knife. Probably still okay. Hand might be in the way. But you're going to draw not too deep. This is where you will be needing a sharp tip on a detailing knife. And you draw out what you drew in the pencil. Same thing on the other side. Kind of an even pressure. You don't want it to go too deep. Of course, if this is your first time, it's kind of hard to know what is even and what is not. But, it would be best to practice on a block of wood. Okay, now while I'm on this side, I'm going to dig on this edge. I'm going to dig a little deeper here and a little deeper here. A little deeper here, a little deeper here. Oh, is my hand still in the way? Flip it around. A little deeper here. A little deeper here. Deeper here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make these little chips. You just made two cuts on one side, and then there is the third cut to make a chip. Let's make a chip over here too. Turn it around. See, can I get it close up? Let's see if we can get it. How close can we get? Take a little chip out that way. And what you're starting to see is that the eye is starting to get rounded. How close can we get? Well, this camera can be in focus, and where is the light? There. See, you just made a little V cuts, little chip cuts in there. Now we're going to round this out, and we're going to round this ball out. Cut the top first and round it off. Then you cut the bottom second. You're just rounding off a little ball in there. If you could just imagine and see that ball, that's what you're doing. You're just making a ball with the tip of your knife inside the eyeball. Same with this side. I'm going to go up first and then down and just carve all the way around. Now this eyeball seems to be a little higher than the second one, so I want to bring it down a little bit, keep rounding it. Let's see, can I do this? See, you're rounding the eyeball out. The worst part is that's a sales call. Forgot to turn my phone off. Anyways, again, this is going to go back to cleaning up. Now what I want to do is I want to take my knife and I want to, two things. I want to kind of clear, I want to sort of erase those lines. Again, you need a sharp tip detailing knife and get those pencil marks out of there. At the same time, with the knife, now you can use a chisel, let me round that a little bit, and you're going to form the bottom eyelid by making a scoop. What you're going to do is you're going to, just like I showed you with the beard and I showed you down here, we're making scoops. It's a very small scoop so we can bring that eyelid in. This is going to be the highest part, where down here is where we're going to scoop. Same with on the other side. Get the pencil marks out of there. And then let's make that scoop for the bottom eyelid. Is that better this way? I think it's better this way. You can see it better. Okay. That's one thing about detailing. There's a lot of blowing in these little things out. Now, I'm going to take a V-tool, and just above the eyelid, where are we here? The eye, we're going to make the eyelid. Let me get it close enough here for you. It's going to go, you're just going to follow around the eye. And you get that eyelid in there. Let's do it on the other side. There. Looking pretty good. One more thing we want on the eye is you're going to cut here. What I did, oops, sorry. Let me do it again here on the other side. Is you're going to cut, see how this line of the eye is here? You're just going to cut here. And you're going to cut here, making a little chip come out. Hopefully it comes out in this case here, and there a little deeper. So you've created that little shadow right there. Okay, now take my visor off so I can see a little better and make sure that I'm not too far off the camera. Now I think the forehead is just a little too big. No, I think we'll put the hair in right now, because I'll start carving and then I might even forget, or I don't want to do that. Okay. Get a little V-tool in there. And now we want to form the forehead a little bit. That's a little better. Now what we want to do is we want to create that the eyebrow bone. That's the best way to put it on from a skull. where the eyebrow is going to be. We want that to be higher up. Let me carve this in and I'll show you. Get that out of there. You want to, again, you want to scoop where you want the forehead to be shorter or be shallower than where the eyebrow bone is. Comes out more, sticks out more, is more prominent. Trying to find the right words. And then I want to carve this out, just a little scoop here to separate the two. Again, we'll leave it all to clean up. Let's go this way. How does it look? Always check it in all different angles to see if the cheeks are in order. Let me take a look. I'm going to go this way so I can look at it. And one of the final touches. Take the V tool. Now if you, and we're going to put in a little bit of eye, a little bit of brow in here. Now if you want to separate the brow from the forehead, in other words, make a patch like, you know, like you do here, like this is a patch brought out and then carve in your eyebrow that way, you can do that too. But when it gets kind of small like this and a smaller carving, I just like to just kind of give it a good, and it still paints out if you're careful. And if it gets a little too hairy on top, you can just carve a little bit of that out of there. There's a lot of cleaning up to do. Well, I had my knife. I should have just got this done. Clean out a little bit and then put some hair in there. Okay. Now, I don't know if we left anything out in major detail. Now, let's do just a little bit of cleanup. I want to take a little chip out of here, like this. That. Trying to think, did I leave anything out? Like I said, you can do whatever you want with the tufts. I always just take and do scoops. I'll take care of that later. You scoop, and now I got the beard. I got the face. Clean this up a little bit. Oh, the nose. The nose is kind of, well, yeah, let's fix the nose a little bit while we're at it. Now for the nostrils, we want to go to about a 20-degree angle and go straight down like that. Sure, let's play with the nose a little bit. I mean, the smaller the nose, as long as you can make it look like a nose, it's good enough. You know, it's this thing, this triangle that's in front of the face, but in this case, we'll make it put a little more detail in it. Now the nostril's going to come up around. You're going to do a scoop like this. Come back the other way. You're going to kind of like you're bringing it around, scoop, and then you're scooping like that. Then the same here is you're going to do a little scoop here. Still trying to bring that nostril out. Just a little scoop. And I think that's just about all of it. Now you can put holes in there if you want, the nostril holes, but is that a little better? I think there's a little bit of cleanup to do. That's the problem. It's a cleanup issue. Like I said, it's all a matter of cleaning it up. Any kind of other detail you want to put on